The footage you're about to see is footage I found 2 days ago after pulling the FOIA with the Greer Police Department.
One more thing I got to do with you is called a risk assessment. There's just a couple questions that are like yes or no. Like
So watch his hand while you ask her yes or no question.
First one, does he have any access to guns or
No,
weapons?
because
It starts off good with him signing no as she said, but immediately takes a turn for the worse with the second question.
Has he ever threatened to kill you before?
No, not kill me.
Now let's take it back just a second. Notice how she shakes her head though and says no. Michael Kimber, which is no longer a police officer at all, signed yes.
Ever tried to physically harm you? Yeah, there's been past stuff. Has he ever threatened to harm your children or pets?
Like a kid, something like that.
Yeah, like has he ever threatened to hurt the dog?
Majority of this interview, they have no idea what each other is saying to each other, as you will constantly see. Watch how he doesn't even let her finish respond and just signs what he wants.
Yeah.
One,
She's mean, she love you, she's like this.
I got you.
She talked for 4 seconds after he signed.
Does he try to control most of your daily activities, like your relationships, finances, transportation, communicate?
So look what she responds with, and he says I'm trying to control her with this response.
No confrontation, but he said he don't want my family around me.
Okay.
And I always have arguments because he don't want my family.
He signed I'm stalking her and controlling her because I didn't want her family around.
Is he unemployed? Does he have a job?
Yeah, he's employed.
Okay.
He's employed.
Does he follow or spy on you?
What is that?
Does he like follow you around without you knowing and try to like, see what you're doing?
So watch what she says on this one, and he says yes.
Well, in my social medias, with my friends, yeah, when we were separating about these charges and
Once again, he signs yes while she's still talking. Just because she said, I looked at her friend's social media.
Yeah, he was doing that. He's been following all my friends in the Instagram and trying to say Insta.
Okay.
And everyone.
So I want everybody to notice what's about to happen. He doesn't even ask her the next question and just signs yes.
That's so mean, you know.
Has he ever tried to threaten, has he ever like said he was gonna kill himself or like actually tried to kill himself?
No.
You said you did separate from him for a little while, like last time you got in trouble?
When that was like we separate we separate when we put those charges and all that, and we come back again together.
And does he become violent when he's using like alcohol or drugs?
Notice how he says when, as if he's just saying I do alcohol and do drugs.
Excuse me? Again.
Like when he drinks, does he get like
Like once again I said, they have no idea what each other are saying.
being aggressive?
No, he don't drink, and the only thing we're smoking home is the things in the vape, that's legal. That's the only thing we do at home.
Okay. Can you just sign there for me, just saying I went over that with you? And then that's all the paperwork I need. I can get started on the report and then talk with the judge about trying to get the warrants for him.
Notice how he's talking as if he's the man. So when I found out I had a warrant out on me, I sent these videos to the cop to show him the reason I left her was she was beating the shit out of me. He said he's going to do nothing with it. 2 years later, I find out this cop is no longer in law enforcement, and I'm trying to get the evidence on him, which the lieutenant is trying to stop, which is right here. And I show him the videos you're going to see coming up, and he says he's going to do nothing with it.
I'm going to destroy your home. Call me. This is the same.
Well, I can't because that's the one that you sent where there's video for that.
I'm being choked with my shirt. I'm being choked with my shirt. I'm asking her to let go of me. The same night, the night before is when y'all came out. Well, no, this is like when I left. But this is how I was treated. I was choked with my shirt. I'm asking her to stop. And you're saying that's not...
I don't know what the context of that is.
She came up here and just said words with no evidence.
No, she had some other things to go along with it.
What?
And you've gotten the reports on that.
So I filed the Freedom of Information Act 2 weeks ago, and I got the camera-based footage, and I don't think they even realized what I was going to find on the footage, what you just seen.
Pictures? From what are these pictures from?
She gave statement and she provided pictures.
I did too. I called about this.
And you can go to court with that.
I will.
And that is over 2 years old, and there's no other context.
There's no statute of limitation in South Carolina, and you can file charges on anybody no matter how long it's been.
There's no statute of limitation.
I understand that. I'm not saying that there is.
And I sent this same video to the same officer 2 years ago with their emails.
Okay. Who was that?
Officer Campbell. When the warrants went out on me, I sent him the videos once again, as you can see right here, the emails to him 2 years ago, which he did nothing with.
I sent them to you.
Okay. All right. Well.
And he said, I'm not going to help you.
I'm not going to do anything with that. The other charges you just don't have to go to court with.
You're not going to do anything with this?
No,
Why not?
I'm not.
My neighbor said don't call the police on her for punching me in my nose. I did nothing but let this girl because she was beating the crap out of me, and she went up in the police station, and this cop completely falsified everything, and this is how I'm being treated. Also, my mother was dying, and I promised her I was coming home when Carolina did this to me, and they told me if I turned myself in, they'd let me go so I could go to my mom. I never stood by.
So Brittany Scott tries to get me thrown in jail using a fake Instagram account saying it was mine. And luckily, the judge didn't, and I didn't notice until I left the courthouse. But then Carolina can do this.
Look, motherfucker, did you think I didn't know you was the person who's being submitted for this another number? Do you think I'm stupid? And I will tell you something. Don't tell me nothing because you are the only fucking person having your mind the fucking truth. And you don't want to say nothing because you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking jackass. And I will tell you something.
I want you to find one time when I talk to her like this.
I'm not fucking you. I had to go to hospitals or I had to go and say fucking shit to the people so they can come over to me and they can fuck me.
So I hope you hear when I was in jail, Carolina's going around fucking people for money, as you hear.
They can play down to me. Look, I'm not fucking insecurity. I see me myself in the mirror every fucking days, and I can tell you, I'm worried for whoever. But I don't need that because I love myself so much, and I don't need going to do tests where I can feel company. Do whatever you fucking want with your fucking life, and I will tell you, I will go so far with this.
So do you hear that? I will go so far with this.
Do you hear the evil in her voice? I'll tell you where it comes from. Carolina believed in witchcraft hardcore. She would burn spice through the candles, and she would do a lot of sadistic things that I didn't understand.
I didn't care what you're doing right now. I don't. Because somebody like you knows I need your fucking help. And you're doing whatever you're doing right now in this situation. And putting up this fucking fucking drama, do whatever you fucking want. Whatever you fucking want. I don't need you. I don't need you, motherfucker. I don't need people like that.
So I don't need you, disappear, motherfucker. I will go so far with this. Isn't a form of a threat. Does this seem vindictive evil?
Ooh, that really sounds like a victim.
I want my fucking money, bro. I want my money. If you don't get my money, I'm not going to call the police right now. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Exactly. Go get.
So Greer's trying to deny the cab report.
So the night before this, she hits me in my nose and my neighbor calls the police on her. And the Greer officer, lieutenant, saying there's no cab report as you see on the left. But the guy, Christopher, right here is the one that seen her punch me on my nose. And he was witness all this because he called the police.
Call now. Call right now. Call right now. Call right now. Now you go. Now you go. Now you can go. Now you can go. Go. Now you can go. Because stop. Where are you going? You fucking friend?
Stop. I'm recording you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Let go of my shirt. Stop, Carolina. Stop. Play me.
Play that.
No, I'm not. Stop.
Stop. Give me it. Give me it. Give me. Give me. Give me. Give me. Call the police. Give me. Call the police. Because I know you do it. Give me. Give me. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police right now. Call the police right now. I want you to call the police right now here. 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 Let me.
Tried to send these videos to Michael Kimber when the warrants went out, and he told me he was not going to help me. But what's real funny is that I'm able to go up to the Greer Police Department a year later and file charges on her and even fill out a victim's form for her assaulting me. But if he would have done due process, he would have seen I was the victim, just like this officer seen that I recorded.
Has he ever threatened to kill you before?
No, don't kill me.
Now let's take it back just a second. Notice how she shakes her head though and says no. And everything that Michael Kimber wrote, he wrote I kicked her in her back, but everything she said was I kicked her in her booty and wrote I kicked her in her booty. Michael Kimber falsified it. So after I fill out a victim report and police report, Officer Presley starts saying he's not seen no video.
She still don't have a warrant out. Why not? She's beating the shit out of me, choking me. I don't know. You'll be getting something. It'll say from, should say evidence.com. Yeah. And it gives you a way to drop all that stuff into it. I'm Lieutenant Richardson. I'm the patrol commander.
So immediately, Carolina called the police 2 times and needed a translator for both of them officers, but Michael Kimber didn't need one because he was colluding, just like this retired officer called me and said that they knew each other and this was premeditated. So this is the weekend I leave Carolina, and I'm just trying to tell her to move on. I don't want to be with her anymore. She's too good for me. I'm just trying to get away from her because she was abusive. And when she realized that I was truly done, that's when she came up with her little scam and left her. You can look through our whole weekend conversation and never see no violence. This is where the Mayor Alfador comes into my life. I'm told to take anger managed by her by the compass of Carolina. And then Neela Lartridge comes in my life and is the guardian ad litem. And I never see my daughter or anything. She never helps, and I ask for my money back. She tells me to give my daughter up. So I get out of jail on bond on February 4th. I start my business July 9th, and I started with how-to videos.
What's up, everybody? How many of you girls get tired of not being able to see yourself in the shower? Well, how about you put your own recess, hand trim, in the shower?
And things started happening. Also, my daughter's at the radio station.
Right here, it's already in there.
Hey, it's Delilah. It's a Get Money Monday with Barbie C on Hot 98.1.
Yes, girl. Okay, girl, you did that. I'm so proud of you. Hey, 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 hey.
I'm having magazines interview me and write my story of what I've been through, and I'm seeing this good come. I run into this guy named Courtney Burrs downtown, and we immediately click, and we're best friends. Literally together every weekend, having a blast together. And I just start seeing the love, and I'm really doing right by people. And I'm seeing that I have opportunity to still become a man in this community. And Carolina was holding me down. I'm still not understanding why this even happened to me, but I'm still going forward. I'm doing right by everybody. Shannon started asking me for money. I'm being generous, helping Shannon. Every time she'd come get money, she'd be hammered drunk, man. But I was always giving her money and trying to help her. One night I have a meeting downtown. I asked the Mayor Alfador if I could leave my daughter home alone. She says yes, and then her mom calls asking if she can come hang out, which is weird. And I told her she could go see my daughter. She goes over there, scares her, and then she calls the DSS and says I left my daughter alone, tries to set this up. The Mayor Alfador sees all of this. When summer comes and me and my daughter move there easily, and then I start seeing her mom trying to set up things. Shannon was showing up at school during my weeks, taking my daughter and bringing her back before I knew. So she was doing something in that moment, but also she set up an anonymous phone call acting like my daughter's being beat, but I got the Easy Post to give me the report. So they should have seen this from the beginning. Well, I get served on the 6th by Shannon for custody with allegations upon me beating Carolina. So I'm beating my daughter is what she claims. But what you don't realize is Shannon has a CDV at the same time on the guy that's trying to kick in the door in Malden when my daughter comes
comes home on the 12th and tells me. And says the guy tried to.
Daughter comes home February 12th, says a guy tried to kick in the door on the 9th and the 10th, and I called the Malden Police Department. Sure enough, he did. It was her ex, who she has a CDV on, and my daughter literally locked herself in the closet, which it said it on the CAD report. Him and Demara had gotten really close, like good friends, so I called her immediately for help.
Oh, I don't want to look. I just need you to go get Lila out of here.
Okay,
out of
so
there.
that's what I need to do is call.
Yes, I
Remember, she's telling me I need to get Lila out of there immediately.
will text you the phone number, and if it's domestic violence, especially if Lila can say that it
The
is.
DSS caseworker
See, Demara knew my daughter was not in a good situation.
started the investigation the same day. Let's hear it.
So immediately the next phone call is me calling DSS starting an investigation, which they start the same day.
Acted as if he was going to hit Elila, and there's a concern for Elila at this time for her safety and well-being. Was there anything I missed? Anything you wish to add or change at this time?
No, but is there a way, Doctor, to make sure?
Oh, wow.
Start an investigation the same day, but then they tell me they can't do nothing because I got a family court hearing coming up. And makes no sense because this guy tried to kick in the door 2 days in a row, as you've seen the police report. So on the 18th, when she went to her aunt's again, they had this iPad they would send with her, and I took the iPad because I felt maybe there was something in it. It was real strange because I would never go through it. I never would touch my daughter's iPad. But you know, her mom's trying to take custody, with taking advantage of the situation, so I thought maybe there's something in this iPad I could use. And by God, the things in this iPad are heinous. There's child pornography, there's my daughter's text, there's her mom doing drugs, there's her mom with the guy that's kicking in the door at Malden, but they locked up and no one ever went through this iPad in over a year, with the allegations upon the iPad. The reality was, Shannon was conversing with Lila, and my daughter's communication shows that.
Look, daughter knew what was up. You just want money, she says.
My daughter knew what was going on. Stop
it
this.
says,
Leave
next
him
week you don't
alone.
tell me you're going to try to make a video talk to. Oh, wait, man. I have so many texts from my daughter that were in that iPad that I took from her. Then there's videos of her mom slinging her around drunk. There's videos of her mom with the guy that was trying to kick in the door of Malden. There's child pornography in this iPad, and that's not a joke. There's child pornography, and I told Detective Smith and Easley when this happened, he did nothing with it, and I have the text from him.
Why didn't the Easy Police ever call DSS to do an investigation? No one went to the school, talked to school. No one called me and got my side of the story. There was nothing. Demara Alfredor would have told them she's seen her mom. Try to set this
Less than a week after being taken.
The doctor reaches out to me and tells me that my daughter's in the ER and they have no idea how she got there, but she called 911 on her own wherever she was at, got an ambulance, they came and picked her up and was able to go to the ER, and her mom was never there for hours. And I called the Easy Police, flipping out, and then the Easy Police lie in their report and say that her mom was there, but her mom was never there, as you see in the doctor's report. The doctor called me because Lila was trying to have me come get her, but they put a no contact on the victim in Easley. And remember, if I'm such a bad guy, Courtney Burris was with me that night they called. He sat with me the whole time watching me cry, just wanting to go get my baby. And he's seen the pain I was going through. So February 26th, the Easy Police run up on me and take me to jail for child neglect. And as you see, that date says the 26th. You can even see where my phone was on me being transported to Easley, and then me getting out of Pickens County the next day and leaving Pickens County. So when I'm released, I'm given a quarter to follow the DSS guidelines or no contact. So for a month straight, I'm calling every day, all day, trying to follow their guidelines and plan.
Everyone's ignoring me. No one will call me back. I don't know what's going on. I've been told to follow their guidelines. You can see me emailing, trying to follow the guidelines for a long time, and no one will call my phone back.
Understanding how she done went to the ER, not even a week later. You know, no one's doing it. I'm trying to follow guidelines. They won't help me. So I go up there March 13th with that court order, and I say to Ned, why haven't nothing been done? He knows nothing about this court order, and he asked me to make a copy of it, which you hear right here him admit.
Why didn't you get that piece of paper from me and make a copy?
Which piece of paper was
that?
that?
Follow DSS's guidelines.
And I gave that to my staff. They looked into it. They made a decision, and they're going with that decision. That's why you have it.
So March 6th, that's when I went up there and confronted Ned about the court order not being followed. April 13th, caseworker reaches out to me. He tells me he's in a different department, but he's looking in. He feels bad, but they found their findings to be final, and immediately I could see this was a lie. But he tells me he's going to help me, and I immediately need to file for an appeal. He tells me I can't do anything until I go to the criminal court, or I could file an appeal, which he keeps pushing. He says, you file for an appeal, you can have whoever you want at the hearing. And I'm sitting there believing in him. I'm showing him, I'm mailing it off and everything, thanking him and everything. Even this caseworker looking in from a different department is really trying to help me. So DSS said they found their investigation should be final on the 27th. Immediately, I knew that was not right because I was arrested on the 25th. I didn't get out of jail till the 26th, as you see.
Also, it said they started an investigation on the 13th, but when I confronted him on March 6th, he knew nothing about that, and that's when he made a copy of the court order. But then it says I was arrested on the 19th, which I was arrested on the 25th, as you see. So who would go on the South Carolina computer systems and even change the date to the 19th when, once again, I was arrested on the 25th? Showing my Google Maps, put my phone in my pocket to the police station. But then it showed Shannon living at my address, and she started an investigation on the 13th when Shannon wasn't in discussion with any of DSS that whole week of any sort. Shannon did not go to the police station until the 21st. So why would she have started an investigation? Now remember me calling Demara and the 2 cab reports of the guy who tried to kick in the door 2 days in a row, February 9th and 10th. And then Elila's ride to the ER by herself calling 911 alone. I'm emailing Demara not understanding what's going on because I started an investigation, nothing happened. June 12th, I go up to the DSS headquarters and call Ned out there. And I call him out on what's going on. And I tell him to bring whoever's put these on me out because I want to talk to him. And when he says somebody's name, it really puzzles me and throws me back.
Can I talk to the guy who's on the case? Can you see that is real quick? Can I have their name?
You can talk to Anthony, right?
I don't know his name.
Yeah, Anthony's not here.
Well, where's he at?
Well, I'm sure he's in the field with other cases.
Can you call him real quick?
No, no, call him real quick.
So I leave and I'm driving home and I'm saying to myself, the only person I've been talking to is this guy that's supposed to be helping me. And I realized the guy who's supposed to be helping me looking from a different department is the caseworker baiting me for dates, and they were trying to falsify their investigation. That's where they got all wrong, which Ned missed right here.
This is a lie, which is a lie. And why would he be acting like some guy who's a friend off to the side when he is the caseworker? Now remember, I record every call. So he's been acting like he's the guy that's looking in the whole time until today when you said he's the caseworker. Why would he be playing that? Why would he call me out of nowhere and say, hey, man, you need to file for a motion. You're going to be mad when you see what they did. And then he's the guy who did it. Can you explain that to me?
I can't. I don't know.
Man, you're the director, man.
You asked me if I can explain the way somebody's behavior. Actually, I can't explain the way people's behavior.
But man, is that pretty protocol? Yeah, he didn't realize I've been recording. Like I've been from the very first phone call I made with Tamara that told me I need to take my child away from her mother. And I started that investigation on the 13th, not her mother. To pursue a situation where a guy tried to kick in the door on the 9th and the 10th and mauled it at her hands, and my daughter locked herself in a closet. And you were investigating something that her mom never said on the 13th. You didn't realize I was arrested on the 25th, man, not the 19th. It's showing there you being the boss of all this. Why can't you explain this to me?
The question that you said, I should explain, brother. You go off on another tangent.
Oh yeah, because there's so many lies, man. There's so many lies. Well, okay, let's go back to that. So this guy contacted me. My employees were with me this first phone call. A downtown Greenville calls me. Hey man, this is blah 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 with DSS. So if you're gonna be mad when you see this piece of paper, what are you talking about? Well, what they put on you. They put on you. What do you mean? And he kept telling me I can wait for the mail, and I said no, you can tell me now. And he told me DSS set after their investigation. I would like talk to him and him and let out my expressions. And he's been acting like a guy that I can get to and I can talk to and express myself. And really, y'all had him acting like that, I guess, trying to play me. And then you just told me he is the actual caseworker. And now he don't want to talk to y'all after I just said that. Now he said talk to my lawyer.
So here's what happened. Often when we get involved with cases different investigations and treatment, you understand the first station, they call it.
But I was told you're not supposed to move a case over like that. Well, you want to act like that in person, though. Go ahead, man.
So, often one of the things we do is try to build rapport with people. And part of being a rapport is being friendly with them. So, yes, people do that pretty often.
Man, that's pretty shady, man. That's pretty shady, man. That's lying the whole time.
But I don't think he lied.
Man, I've recorded every call. He's never once said he was the caseworker. Never once.
Caseworker tell me all the time that my daughter had no recollection of this so-called abuse, and then tries to lie about it, not realizing I catch him in both of the lies.
I told you what I said. You said she had no recollection of what you were talking about, bro. That's exactly what you said. Exactly. So you read that you were talking about a tablet. No, bro. No, that's not what you said. You said I spanked her. Dude, I play it over and over for people. I spanked her 2 months ago, 2 years ago for being a boy to a kid, bro. I play this over and over, bro. Exactly. So that's the exact thing right there.
So then when I call the caseworker out, he then becomes a different, complete person and says everything opposite of what he had said or what he had said I could do. Whereas you see him saying that I denied anger management when he was just kindly offering me things. If I need to talk to somebody, I can vent to him. Never did anything. Then all of a sudden I can't have Demara Alfador at a hearing, but I can have whoever I want before. Then he would say things like, sure, ma'am, when I was talking to him, but then he would say things, well, let's demonstrate it in front of the judge. So everybody kept saying the court order said no contact, when I didn't understand that because it said no contact or follow DSS's guidelines. And this is what happened.
But Carolina keeps the baby from me the whole time through all of this, and that's when she starts leaving the voice messages. So Shannon doesn't have her other child by another man. She's never had a home, never had anything. I've been taking care of my daughter my whole life. I've always had custody of my daughter. I would tell Shannon how things need to be. She's in a psych ward in 2020. Shannon broke her leg at 6 months old and burnt her with a stove. I got custody when she was a baby, even after Shannon put CDV charges on me after, but they were bullcrap CDV charges of nothing. Damara Alfador knew Shannon was mentally not right. She knew she had a vindictive mindset, and she had seen her try to do things before. Remember, you have a DSS caseworker said my daughter had no recollection of the iPad or the beating, and her mom was on drugs during a visit and had mental issues. DSS caseworker sets me up, says I won't take any anger management classes, never offers, just kindly offers, but I took it in November and finished, but they hid Damara Alfador. That the harm above named child is likely suffering a result of removal from custody of the defendant in the following: normal separation anxiety. We remember the ride to the hospital. She's trying to get to her daddy, having separation anxiety, and this is okay to DSS. I mean, truly read the doctor's notes. Read what happened. So the court order written without me knowing had this sign right here by the guardian ad litem stating to their knowledge they don't believe DSS has ever been in this family's life, which of course Damara Alfador has been in my life a long time, but they kept her hid from this whole situation. And Neela Lottridge had Will falsify my signature with Lynn Barrett and made a court order and said I agreed to things, everything, like a no contact. They turned it from follow DSS guidelines to no contact completely. And then saying I agreed to Neela Lottridge, which I never would agree. And I told Will in the very beginning, what you see, he admitted to colluding and falsifying my signature. So the DSS caseworker will not acknowledge the no contact went from follow DSS's guidelines to no contact. He just kept saying it was no contact when originally it was that. Stating I denied anger management, but I just finished it because of Carolina, but no one was in contact with Damara Alfador. He never said I had to take anything. He would offer it as a kind way, like I could vent to him. I would have never agreed to just straight no contact with my daughter. And then agreeing to Neela Lottridge, I never would have. But March 8th, this was made without me knowing about it after I went and confronted Ned on the March 6th, which then they then falsified my signature and rewrote this court order, saying once again I agreed to Neela Lottridge. I never would have. And Will knew this. I don't have proof of this, but Brian Johnson reached out to me one day, said, don't mess with Neela. She's not a good person to mess with. And then, all because I asked for my money back, she started the transition of what she wanted to do. Was she took my baby that Carolina had and gave it just to Carolina and told me to sign my rights over. Then had a second order written up saying I agreed to her, which will falsify my signature, and came in with Lynn Barrett, which he said I did not sign that second order. 2 days before they ran up on me, the Easy Police with AKAs, I dogged Neela Lottridge basically because she wasn't doing nothing for me. But Neela was the cause of this whole situation. So Will Davis, the family lawyer, tells me he cannot represent me on the criminal charges, that I have to get a criminal lawyer. And then once I got a court-appointed one, because I couldn't afford a real one, she starts saying the same exact thing, saying that she doesn't handle criminal, that I have to go to the family side. And they ping-pong me back and forth for months.
Including Will Davis. I do not represent you on the DSS case, and that is independent from this case. So what is going on?
I started looking at Neela Lottridge's reviews, and that's when I realized how bad she is. She truly hurts not only me, but the children. She is corrupt, at least. She is bad. I mean, her reviews right from the start are something bad. That's when I realized Lynn Barrett is on the board of the Guardian ad litem Association with Neela Lottridge. I'm asking Carolina Newton, who will never talk to me, but talks to me here and there, what's going on. She says she has my discovery, and I'm showing her all my evidence. She says I have a hearing on Friday. I go up there, nothing's being done. I've been showing her all my evidence. It's been 8 months. I've seen Carolina online looking at my presentation, thinking she's doing something. And in that hearing, I go to the clerk of court and ask her to pull my file.
Yeah, it looks like you were arrested February 25th.
And not one thing's been filed.
No, sir. Just that right there. What I just printed off. That's
So if you were me, that lawyer wouldn't be even working for you, huh?
I would think so.
Wow. That's what I thought. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So in Pickens County, I have 2 preliminary hearings that I end up having canceled. And then out of nowhere, I hear that the 3rd one went forward and they had enough evidence. And Carolina Newton sits there and says that she didn't even know about the hearing, but one of her sisters were there and fought hard, but they just had enough evidence. When I knew for a fact they had no evidence of anything because it never happened and the alligator bruise, there's nothing, it's all a lie. And I'm not making this up. This last Friday, me and my customer are at my house, and he wants to go through some stuff with me, and I pull out my mail out of the mailbox, and this is right here from the Pickens County 3rd preliminary hearing that I missed. Just randomly, just magically came in my mailbox. But as you see, Carolina Newton even said she knew nothing about it. And by the way, my child's mother who set this up is now pregnant by the guy who was trying to kick in the door on the 9th and the 10th, who she had CDV charges on her at the time and filed for custody claiming I had CDV charges, and now is pregnant by him living with him with my daughter completely gone.
25th of February, 2023.
So the 25th. And now we're 26th, 19th. All right. Hey, can you explain to me why on the Pickens County solicitor site it says I was arrested on the 19th? I know you can't explain, but I can.
This one from